From a car you can't even legally drive to an entire island, these are stupidly expensive things that Mark Zuckerberg owns. I hope you don't expect the owner of Facebook to live in a little dinky home because he lives in a really expensive house. In 2011, Zuckerberg purchased a $7 million house in California with his family. And this house is absolutely loaded with 5 bedrooms, a pool, a barbecue area, and so much more. It even has a robot butler, which I think is absolutely useless. Talk about being in the future. He also spent around $50 million for the renovation of the house and buying other houses near him as well. He also dropped $50 million on a lake house, and to be honest, I've always wanted one. And I don't know why he keeps buying all these huge houses. He probably doesn't even go to them at all. But here's another thing he spent millions on just for him to travel. Most people spend a normal amount on cars to get from their house to their job or from point A to point B, but Zuckerberg is in a league of his own, and you wouldn't believe the amount he spent to get from his house to his work. He owns a private jet that costs $1.6 million. That's a whole lot of money just to avoid going to the airport, and of course, in Zuckerberg's terms, hanging out with the commoners. But not only that, Mark does not play around when it comes to safety. You see, safety is very important to many people, and Zuckerberg requires just a whole lot of it simply because he's super famous. That's why he spent more than $15 million for protection in a single year. He keeps guards at his home and wherever he goes. However, Mark Zuckerberg actually owns something so illegal you can't even drive it on the streets. Most people like you and me just have a normal car, most likely like a Toyota or a Honda, but Mark takes it to the next level, up to the illegal level, but I'll get more into that later. Mark Zuckerberg often uses like random old cars, for example this picture, and it looks like he's humble, but on the inside he has a taste for expensive cars. He purchased a $1.4 million Pagani Huayra that is actually illegal to drive on normal roads. Let's stop the script and take a second, because why would anybody pay over $1 million for a car they can't even drive? But anyways, this car boasts 800 horsepower with a top speed of 220 miles per hour. There's a reason why this car is illegal on roads. It's just too fast for us to handle. But here's another thing that is way more than what one person can handle. Before we continue, I want to hit you guys with the cat of the week. But anyways, if you want to talk about another ridiculous purchase that Zuckerberg made, it's the fact that he paid $116 million for 286 acres of land on a Hawaiian island in 2014. Sorry, but this is absolutely ridiculous, and I think he needs to get a grip. He also bought 600 acres of land on another Hawaiian island for $53 million, and it includes a public beach, a cattle ranch, and so much more. He also paid $17 million for even more land, and honestly, it's getting ridiculous and my head is starting to hurt. And why would he do that? I don't know. But this thing and this final thing that Zuckerberg owns is worth so much, and it absolutely changed the world. This final thing that he owns is worth $340 billion. And it's the reason why Zuckerberg is as popular as he is. In February of 2004, Mark and a couple of friends sat down and created this giant company, and it currently has 2 billion users worldwide. This being Facebook, the absolutely giant social media platform that everybody's parents and grandparents use. We don't use it because we're really young and there's no use for it, but it's honestly one of the most life-changing things Mark Zuckerberg has ever done in his life. But if you are a fan of Bone Lab, I guarantee there are things that you did not know about it, so watch this video to find out.